Hey guys, it's Dan here. Before we get started with the video, I'd like to briefly chat about Full Sail University, who are the sponsors of this video. Now, as we know, gaming is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and creative individuals are needed to make tomorrow's next big game. If you want to get involved in the gaming industry, Full Sail University can show you how to get started. Now, whether you're interested in gaming arts, coding, or even mobile gaming, Full Sail provides the courses and gets you working with the tools that the professionals use. With that being said, you have to have right tools and technology to learn, so Full Sail students receive a laptop along with game industry software. Full Sail grads have worked on big titles such as Destiny, Call of Duty series, Far Cry 4, and many more. So to learn more, visit fullsail.edu/YouTube. Now on to the video. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Dan here, and I'd like to welcome you guys back to the yearly office tour. Now, for those of you who are new to the channel or, haven't had a chance to see, obviously you can kind of guess what an office tour is. It's very self-explanatory, but I like to take this opportunity because I get a lot of questions throughout the year, basically asking me what do I use to record, what kind of software, all the kind of things that I use to make my content, and basically the workspace that I have, so to speak, and how I like to, customize it a bit to make it my own, to make it feel like a kind of like a sanctuary for me. So we're gonna go ahead and take this tour. I hope you guys enjoy it. So yeah, sit back, relax, and let's take a look. All right, so we're gonna kind of start near the back since there's not a whole lot going down over here. Some of you may have remembered this, but when I got Fallout 4 a couple years back, wow, it's already been out for, what, year and a half, I'd say now, damn. They hooked people up with the perk poster if you pre-ordered it, and I obviously had to frame it because Fallout being one of my favorite game series of all time, I think it's a great way to kind of enter the office and just kind of set the mood of the room, so to speak. Which leads us on to the next wall here. Actually, one thing I'm going to clear up right away. A few people ask me what this is in my videos, this big bar here. No, it's not for chin-ups. I don't use it to work out. Some people, look at me. Do I look like I work out? No, of course not. But basically what this is my green screen frame. Now, all I do is I keep my green screen in the closet here, and I just pull it out and I kind of put it over the thing. Whenever I want to do some green screen work or pictures or whatever the case would be, that's what that's for. And since I have like no room as it is, it's very, very difficult to, keep putting it down and up. So I just kind of leave it there. I mean, it's not the most ideal system on the planet, but for what I have, it's doing the job. So figured I'd get that one out of the way. And over here, this is basically the collectibles wall, so to speak. I mean, people this is obviously my game collection here, my physical game collection, I should say, but obviously this is not, we don't really use these for for creating videos, but I guess we'll just kind of start off over here. We have some collectibles that I'd like to throw on. Obviously, we got some Star Wars stuff here, moving on. Got some Alien stuff here as well. Like I said, I have no room in my apartment right now. We're looking into getting into a bigger place, hopefully in the next year or so. And really, I'm running out of space for stuff, so I just kind of put them wherever I can find a spot that doesn't look too ridiculous. And yes, this is the game collection, the physical game collection. Obviously, the 360 and PS3 games are going to be the biggest collection here because I've been collecting those series, especially Xbox 360, for way longer than any other console, because I've had that the longest out of all my consoles anyway. Obviously there are some like PS4, Xbox One, some PC titles over here as well that are fairly recent, but most of the time I do get digital copies of games. Most of the time nowadays when I'm not getting digital copies, I pretty much have a collector's edition. So for example, Deus Ex, I got the collector's edition of that. Dishonored, collector's edition of that. Doom, collector's edition. You see where this is going. So those are all my PC titles, obviously. Some Xbox Ones, PlayStation 4s, and then we keep going, obviously. So yeah, there's quite a lot of games here. If people ask me how many games you actually own, honestly, it'd be very difficult to say because I have all these. Then I also have all my digital copies, whether it be in Steam, whether it be in Origin, whether it be on Uplay. I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of games. I honestly don't know how many I actually have. It's a lot. That's all I know. It's a lot. So if you're bored here, fear not. We got quite the selection for you, so don't worry about that. Anyway, just Grand Theft Auto 5 poster that's been sitting there for a little while now. Again, I like to put up posters of games that I actually really like, because you get a lot of these new games and they always give you a poster for pre-ordering or whatever, but you never really are sure. Like, for example, I have a poster for The Order 1886. We knew how much of a stinker that was. I mean, it looked beautiful, but as a game, it was pretty ass. So obviously, I'm not going to put a poster like that in the office. There's games that I like you know, that deserve to be on the wall. They go up there. So there's Grand Theft Auto 5 for you. So kind of moving on, just this stuff in the middle here, not really a big deal. Just a chair and my table, my folding table that I use for unboxings. Whoa, I mean, I almost killed myself here with this chair. Just a little crap chair that I've had since I lived at home. So anyway, and my laptop there. That's the laptop. I don't know if you guys follow me on Twitter or not. You probably should, at DanQ8000, check it out. It's an old laptop. I think I got that. I used to run all my videos back in like 2010, 2011 off of that down there in that bag. And the thing is 2010. It's well, almost 7 years old now, coming up, depending when I got it. I can't remember. But it's not very good. It's slow, the fans don't work, and I don't want to spend money on a computer that's that old just to replace a fan. I know it's just a fan, but nah. So basically what I have had to do is I bought one of those, like, you know, fan cooling systems, you know, laptop cooling systems, and I have to bring that with me whenever I go, like, on a trip, you know, if I you know, travel for business stuff and I need to upload a video or I need to work on something, I have to bring that big, you know, big thing with me, which is why I actually asked you guys, I want to get a small laptop, small powerful laptop, you know, like an Alienware 13 or a Razer Blade Stealth or something like that. I'm just trying to figure out what I want, you know, that way I can actually work off of something, and if something goes wrong, I also have a backup too that actually does, you can handle it. That's the thing. So yeah, that's excellent. So in this room, I'd say the biggest changes are to occur in the collectibles shelf. As you can see, it is full all the way up to the top. It is full. I'm basically struggling to find places to put all my collectibles now, and a lot of these collectibles have actually changed positions over the months. You know what I mean? They're like, I've kind of, as I've bought more and more games, collector's editions of games, I've noticed that there's kind of themes going on, so I kind of set the themes accordingly. Like down here, these are just the oldest. Most of these are kind of the oldest ones, you know what I mean? Like, for example, obviously that's the Order 1886. I did get the collector's edition of that to unbox for you guys, but since it wasn't a very good game, it can just go ahead and sit on the bottom shelf. The collectible is nice. I'm happy with the collectible. And then we have Borderlands 2 collector's edition, Saints Row 4, Uncharted 3. That is just obviously a Normandy that I bought because I wanted it, and I got it on in the store, the BioWare store. By the way, that is a troll because that thing was 50 bucks. I thought it was gonna be way bigger than that, but it really isn't. So yeah, I guess I got screwed on that one. But anyway, this is a limited edition Boba Fett that I got for Christmas the other year. This is what as he appears for the first time in the Christmas special. That's how rare this thing is. It's 117 of 870, so it's quite rare. This thing is worth quite a lot. So I guess it should be higher up, but it fits well there, okay? And then finally, we have Kratos from God of War Ascension Collector's Edition. So yeah, moving up to the next shelf. Obviously, I've had this Collector's Edition since 2011. Obviously, Gears of War 3 Collector's Edition featuring Marcus Phoenix. And I thought it was so perfect to get the Collector's Edition of Gears of War 4 and his son. And it's like a family thing right there. So I think that's dope. So moving up one more level, we also have a Batman-themed shelf from various Batman games, mostly Arkham, obviously Arkham Knight, Arkham City, and then Arkham Origins on the far right. And here is just Injustice. That's the Injustice Collector's Edition. That's why it features Wonder Woman. But it's got Batman in it, so it suits the shelf. So anyway, moving up another level. There's a lot of new stuff on this shelf, and I like how I kind of scattered it. I'm like trying to zigzag pattern it to kind of get everything so you can see it, but it doesn't look cluttered, you know what I mean? So I'm doing my best to try and showcase everything that I can. For example, we got the Tomb Raiders, we got Rise of the Tomb Raider Collector's Edition, and then just the regular Tomb Raider from 2013 here as well. She's fallen more than anything. No, that's not true. She's fallen the second most out of any statue that I have in the shelf, because she's just an action figure, so like, her hands move, or you can change, you know, what she's holding. Obviously, I have the bow around her chest there, and she's got the ice pick and everything, and she's got a pistol. You can change all that. You can put the pistol in her hand, you can put the bow in her hand, you can put whatever you want. But that's the, you know, the setup I wanted. But she hasn't ever really fallen out. She used to actually be on the lower shelf. So when she's fallen, it hasn't been that dramatic. But because I got Rise of the Tomb Raider Collector's Edition, I felt it made sense to put them side by side. You know, the older one and the newer one. So that's that. And yeah, so I've kind of got a good system going here where she's kind of in this little nook of the shelf where she doesn't fall because she's leaning against that. So that's why she kind of looks like she's a little bit tired, you know, a long journey, and she's a little bit tired there. But yeah, that's how that works. Anyway, obviously we have the Finn Balor. This one is probably the newest, I think, out of all these collectibles. I think WWE 2K17 came out the latest out of all these collector's editions. Could be wrong, don't remember. But yeah, the Finn Balor collector's edition from 2K17 NXT edition. I really do like this one. And yeah, he's a dope-ass wrestler. And I think he's in his whole headdress setup, demon setup, looks dope. Anyway, moving on, this is also one of my favorites, the Doom Collector's Edition. You got the Reaver, and this one actually, if you watch the unboxing, there's a fan down here that lights up and actually spins. So it's got like a red LED, and it does like kind of simulate the theme a bit, and in the dark it just looks absolutely badass. On camera it doesn't look so good, otherwise I'd show you, but in person it just looks so dope. You just get sucked into that Doom atmosphere with this collector's edition. I think it's awesome. Obviously, moving on to Aiden Pierce from Watch Dogs. Not the greatest game Ubisoft has ever made, but not a bad one. Nice collector's edition. I do like it. You know what I mean? It does look good, and it's well made as well. And then, of course, the Just Cause 3 collector's edition, which is, you know, the grappling hook. So this thing takes up the most space, obviously. This thing is the biggest pain in the ass to work with, but I do like it, which is why I'm trying to make it work here. So moving up to the next shelf, we actually have probably some of my favorite collectibles. Obviously, we got the Hitman collector's edition, which I think is one of the nicest ones in this entire, you know, collection of mine. So that guy, he's sitting at eye level. You got to have 47 sitting at eye level. And then moving on, we kind of had have a Fallout theme kind of thing going on. Obviously, I got the Pip-Boy edition. I was lucky to get that. A lot of people were surprised that I ended up getting it, but I was able to give you guys an unboxing when Fallout 4 came out. Obviously, I'm leaving the Pip-Boy case on here because I just think it kind of suits it nicely. If we end up losing space, I might take it down to put up another collector's edition. We'll see what happens. And then, of course, various Fallout Pops and bobbleheads. This came with a loot crate, actually. But yeah, various Fallout Pops. And then one of the Borbs, I think Dorbs? No, it's a Dorb. Yeah, that's what they call it of this. So it's all themed Fallout based on this side of the shelf. 2 more shelves to go, guys. It's a lot of work here. So up top, we have the Fallout 4 collector's edition. Forgive me, I forget the villain's name. That's gonna bother me, but I'm sure someone will put it in the comments. So yeah, you got him there. You also have the limited edition Mortal Kombat X collector's edition. This one was created by like these special, unique collectible guys. I can't remember what they're called. Course. They're called Course. It's called the Course Collector's Edition, and it's designed by these guys named like, you know, that's their company. It's called Course, and it was more of like a unique kind of stylized version of Scorpion rather than the original. And if you bought this edition, you actually got to use this version of Scorpion in the game. So he looks exactly like the Course Collector's Edition that you have on your shelf, except obviously it's in game. So I thought that was kind of cool. So I like it. Not everybody liked this, but I thought it was pretty neat. You know, it looked kind of. I like artistic style stuff. So anyway, moving on, we had the Deus Ex Mankind Divided collector's edition. I really liked this one because it was kind of customizable. As you can see, you can, depending on what you wanted to do, you can actually pull the silencer out. If you're a stealth guy, you can just go loud. Depends on what you want to do. And he's kind of got his Rhino armor partially engaged. So I guess that's kind of ironic because the Rhino armor was for people who wanted to go more, you know, go more loud. So the fact that he's got a silencer in is kind of moot, isn't it? But either way, I love it. This is another really nice one, and I think it's a lighter one, it's a smaller one, so it fits perfectly up on this top shelf here. And finally, well, not finally, I shouldn't say that, but over here we have kind of my plethora of Portal collectibles. I've had this Portal gun, I've had it for years now. I think I got that in 2012, back when I lived at this old basement suite, back in the day, old school videos. And of course, I bought these two action figures. They're Atlas and Peabody for co-op of Portal 2. These guys have fallen the most. These guys are usually on this top shelf. They actually used to be around here. But they've fallen so many times, they are seriously all broken. Like, I'm not kidding. They're so broken. I didn't have Atlas sitting on the Portal gun before. I've just found that was the perfect way to kind of make it work. You know, and it kind of does work. But their legs are all kind of broken and bent, and their arm parts are bent out and have snapped off. So really, these things are pretty much TKO'd, so that's why Atlas dropped, sorry, that's Peabody, this is Atlas, my bad. Atlas dropped his gun there, but I don't want to touch him, because that's how delicate it is. So he's kind of leaning against the corner, because if he doesn't, like, they've fallen the most, like I said, and they've fallen all the way to the ground, so it's pretty dramatic, and they're pretty broken. At least Peabody up there, he's holding on because he can't fall from there. He's in the perfect place. I've had Atlas fall one more time since I've leaned him over here. He's the worst shape out of the two of them, but they're still hanging strong. They are pretty old as well, but they are still going. And yeah, that's the thing about action figure based stuff. They're kind of difficult to kind of showcase, you know what I mean? Because they don't like to stand, you know, they like to randomly you walk on your floor and then all of a sudden you knock everything down and it screws everything up. So that's that. But anyway, finally, top shelf, we kind of have mainly an Assassin's Creed theme going. I missed out on the latest Assassin's Creed Collector's Edition. Don't remember what it was. I think it was for Unity. I actually don't think they did one for God, there's so many Assassin's Creeds. I don't remember them all anymore. That's the thing, they kind of blend together. But I missed out on the last one, so I only have the ones from Assassin's Creed 3, Black Flag, and no, is that Unity? French one was Unity. So I do have Unity. What was the one after Unity? God, I don't remember, man. There's just too many. And of course you have Max Payne from Max Payne 3. That's also a really, really old collector's edition. I got that in about 2011. And then also, actually, this one might be the newest. Actually, it could be. Dishonored 2 Collector's Edition, probably one of my favorites as well, just because the mask was so detailed, and it's massive, as you can see, it's massive kind of for scale, and then you have Emily's ring there as well, but Corvo's mask is the main piece, obviously. I think that's pretty badass. So anyway, that's the collectible shelf, lots to talk about there. A couple extra things on the side here, not much to talk about. I've kind of created, like, I don't know what you call those rock stacking things, but my plush Death Star and my plush companion cube. Like I said, man, if I had more space, I'd have a way bigger, or a way better organization of this whole thing, but it's just not that simple. It really isn't. So anyway, just basic printer, random, you know, shelving for various things, extra controllers, paper, you know, all that, you know, cables. I keep extra mics in there, that sort of thing. Nothing too special. Just down here, just, well, I still got to edit my GoPro footage from when I went snowboarding. That's why this is out. This is my camera case. I just keep all my GoPro accessories in there. You got your Mafia 3 turntable. Don't know where to put that. That's why it's sitting on the floor. And just a plushie I got from Christmas. And yeah, so that's pretty much that wall. I don't want to dawdle too much on all this stuff, but there you go, that wall. Let's spin around here. So I apologize for this cable. I'm currently hooked up so you guys can hear a better quality version of me. But this is the setup. I'm actually going to turn this monitor off right here. Boom, there you go, that's the way it's better. Yeah, I've kind of been rolling with this setup for, like I said, I think I first changed to this setup back in 2015, I think. January of 2015. I built a new desk. If you guys remember, I used to have a corner desk that wrapped like from there to there, you know, just kind of went around. But this one was way more open concept. It gave me way more space on one long desk. I built this desk myself. I just bought a bunch of parts from IKEA and I just kind of constructed, you know, kind of a setup for myself that would work. And I really like it. The only downside, it is IKEA stuff, so some of the stuff is starting to will show its age, I guess I could say. You can't really tell, but the main desk has a tiny bit of a curve, a little bit of a warp going on. But that's to happen. That's going to happen. So anyway, let's just kind of start left. You know, here this is important information. Obviously, with the Mass Effect 3 poster. That's been there for so long. It's crazy. So anyway, let's start with the mic that I use. A lot of people want to know what this is. It's the Shure SM7B. A lot of radio stations actually use this mic. Really solid mic. I love it a lot. I've used it for the last few years now. And yeah, I kind of have it on this swivel. So depending on where I'm sitting, whether I'm doing PC gaming, I can just kind of pull this puppy over and right in front of the, you know, you get the idea, right in front, I do my thing. Or if I'm doing console gaming, just kind of slither it down here in front of this chair over here. Yeah, it works out fantastic. And then when I'm done with it, just tuck it away in the corner. It's perfect. Very organized. Love that kind of stuff. Modem, nothing special. Obviously, the headphones I do use are Astro A50s. They are wireless. These are fantastic. They sound great. They look great. They match like my kind of blue setup right now. As you can see, they're black and the blue color scheme. Only thing I don't like about them is for some reason, the whole control thing is all messed up right now. So basically, if you're trying to adjust your volumes, you barely touch it. You try and turn up the volume a little bit. You'll either get no sound at all, so to like mute it, or you'll get like a loud blasting of whatever you're listening to, and I hate that one. You can mute that. I don't care. If you turn the volume all the way down, that's fine. But when you blast me with something and I'm recording at the time, trying to finesse it to try and get the perfect volume for the game that I'm playing, it's kind of a pain in the ass. Kind of sucks, but most of the time though, I don't have to touch the volume and I'm good. The PC volume is controlled with a different way, so that is fine. I can easily adjust PC on the fly, but when I'm doing console, that's a different ball game. So yeah. Love these headphones, but I think that's a bug. I looked it up. It is a common problem with the A50s. I'm sure the newer ones have this problem fixed and remedied, so that's good to hear. So anyway, just kind of moving over here to a mix amp. This thing is so generic. I probably could go for a better one, but it does the job for what I need to do. Obviously, it's a 2-channel, so you got, you know, this mic here and the one I'm talking to you on the other channel right now. But yeah, I think it's kind of basic, and it's It does do what it's supposed to, but I feel like I could get a better like pass-through quality because sometimes there's like crackling because I shout a lot. Not intentionally, I just get hype really easily. So I think a better one of these probably would fix that. Although I'm starting to kind of get the sweet spot. After all these years, I'm finally like getting the sweet spot. So that's good. So anyway, let's kind of slither on over here. We're just gonna take out care of the top shelf. So this Samsung monitor is so old. Well, I don't want to say it's that old, but computer technology gets outdated fast. This thing is, I think I got it back in 2010 or 11. I want to say 11. Great monitor, obviously. That's why I'm still using it. But it's just that it's getting old, it's showing its age. So there's a lot of demanding games. There's screen tearing when there shouldn't be. I know that it's the monitor because when I see the recording, it's perfect. So the stuttering and stuff that I was encountering in game is perfect in the recording, which is weird. So sometimes you'll hear me complain about something going on and in the game, like, oh my god, there's frame rates, blah blah blah. But then I look and you guys aren't experiencing that problem. So at least there's that. But I probably should get a new monitor down the road. What I want to do ideally is go from a single monitor setup to go to a double. I don't want a 3 monitor setup for a couple reasons. You don't really need 3 monitors, it just gets ridiculous. And besides, you only really need 2 because I like to keep my game on the screen, and then I'd want another screen, say like over here or something like that, just to kind of monitor my commentary and that sort of thing, just kind of make sure everything's still recording nicely, that sort of thing. Because right now I basically just minimize it on here, and yeah, that's that. It works obviously, but it would just make my life a little more easier. I'd be able to have more windows open, you know, just, you know what I mean. So eventually what I'd want to do is probably buy 2 4K monitors, 2 of the same monitors, and just kind of put them side by side. And that's probably what I would do with that. So cool, yeah. Anyway, so for when I'm not listening to my headphones, I do use these Bose 2.1. There's a bass down, or there's a sub, sorry, down on the floor there. Had these for a while. They sound great. They still work fantastic. Great quality speakers altogether. They still sell them actually. I don't know if they're the same price as what they used to be. They shouldn't be because they've been out for so long. These things have been on the market for, I want to say like 6 years. Like these have been on the market for a long time. Like maybe even more than that. Maybe even 2009, so like 7 years. It's crazy. Or that's 8 years, isn't it? It's 2017 now. Got to get into that. So that's crazy. So actually one thing I'm going to do here, moving over, this thing is awesome because this is basically my console hub. Now what I do with this is I have my Elgato wrapped under the desk. Like I have all my cables attached to the desk on the underside of the desk. So like, you can't see it, obviously, for cable management reasons, keeps it clean, but it's like a cage that holds all of my cables, and the Elgato is wrapped in there as well. And essentially, the Elgato cables come all through here, and all my consoles, I still have my 360, and I still have my PS3 out here. Just in case, probably won't be using them anymore. There's like nothing going on with them, but they're still here. So anyway, so yeah, what this does is I could connect all of these consoles, plug them into this thing, and I have my one HDMI out that goes into my Elgato. So the cool thing is I can just literally hit this button and switch between channels, and it'll just change the console I'm recording on for my Elgato. So therefore I don't have to go around and take like my Elgato and say I want to record from the Xbox One, then I take that out and put it into there, and then I have to take it out for the PlayStation 4. No, I can just hit a button, done, boom. It's so easy, it's awesome. That thing is fantastic. And so yeah, speaking of which, yeah, my consoles just kind of nestled under my little lift up thing that I made there, so pretty handy there. They're kind of tucked away, but they're easy to access. All the, you know, charging cables and everything, obviously. You know, Razer keyboard, Razer mouse. This is the Origin edition. If you guys remember, I actually had a matching Razer mouse. This is the Origin PC bundle that I got. They're like, hey, do you want one? If you do a video, we'll like do this, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, yeah, sure. But I accidentally, literally, I'm not kidding, I think it was about right in there, I spilt a drop of coffee and the whole thing just TKO'd. Like it wasn't working at all, nothing. So I had to go out and buy a new one. But I've always, like, and this one is changeable. This is the chroma, so I've gone with the blue, and I do have a kind of a hybrid red. If I could, I'd just go all blue because that's my jam, as you guys know. So, but pretty basic stuff, nothing too special here. So let's just kind of slither on down. Obviously, on the end, you just have the 2 controllers that I currently am using for Xbox and PlayStation 4. Still got the Day 1 Edition controller. That thing is still going on. I don't throw controllers. A lot of people throw shit and just break it. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I did do that when I was younger, but I don't do that anymore. It's not worth it, trust me. So anyway, those are still going strong. Those are fine. Just a couple little goodies. This is kind of pile, nothing really to worry about. Just if I have any extra game codes that I haven't entered yet, or just stuff, it just kind of sits there and until I can figure out what I want to do with it. Little random case of stuff, you know, just like hard drives, pens, adapter cables, remote for my fan in here, chapstick, all just kind of random stuff that I could use. It's all in there. A couple of cameras here, my GoPro, that's actually my girlfriend's camera, so that's not mine, but I was borrowing it. And obviously all my hard drives are back there. These three are all pretty much full, just about. One of them is not. I think it's this one, because I think it's the newest. But I save all my videos for just in case, I don't know, so I don't really go back to the old one and then erase them, just in case, because memories, dude, you know? So I keep them and I just kind of replace them. So I actually think there's 2 more hard drives in my closet in storage that are like from old videos from like 2011 and 2010. That's how old we're talking here, people. So anyway, let's kind of move on down. Now this TV I just play with, you know, this is my console TV. So if I'm playing console games, I just kind of pop a squat on this chair here, kick my feet up, and start recording from here. So that's my thing there. Obviously PlayStation camera, pretty much pointless. The only time I ever use that is if I'm recording, sorry, if I'm trying to do a face scan for NBA 2K. Those are the only times I've ever used that. That's why I bought it. I know that's silly, but there it is. Screw me, right? I guess. Anyway, just behind it, this is the Atari poster that I've had since 2012. Old school poster, but you gotta rep the old school stuff too. And I know I just have like nothing in there. I just haven't figured out what I can put there. That's the only thing. So anyway, moving on to my tower and kind of general area. iPad back in the end there, rarely use it, just kind of use it for my game updates and things like that. This is kind of a mess, I do apologize, but this is my tower. If you want to see the PC specs of this, there is a video where I list all my PC specs. It's my new PC unboxing. I've actually had this for a while now, but the tower was massive. I bought the tower just in case I wanted to go a little nuts in the future, because with a tower this large, you're gonna have quite the build. Unfortunately, it doesn't fit under the desk, so it kind of has to sit aside. Otherwise, it'd go right under there. But that is that. I have so many cables. I do apologize about that little random leg corner. Like I have so many cables wrapped around the leg, and then it goes up into that cage I told you about. And then this is just kind of a clutter. Like this is just a SD that I used to keep some videos on, you know, random stuff. If in a perfect world, I'd have all this behind a wall, you know what I mean? And then coming out through a wall, and it would be beautiful, but I can't do that. I need a house for that. So I got to upgrade down the road. So that's my PC. It's doing the job great. I'm currently running 2 GTX 980s, and that's a common thing. Actually, I might as well list a couple of the main stuff. Yeah, 2 GTX 980s SLI, the Intel i7 4790K, so that's the Devil's Canyon. What else? I believe 16 gigs of RAM, Windows 10. I don't know anything else you really need to know. Those are the main ones. Obviously, what I want to do is get a GTX 1080, maybe 2 GTX 1080s, and then, because this case is so large, I have enough space, like that much space in between each graphics card. So like a lot of the times they're like really, really close. They're only about that much space in between them. But this one, I could stack them literally like 2 inches apart. So I have room for 4. There's only 2 in there, but I could keep my 280s for like a second monitor, SLI on that second monitor I was telling you about, and then use the 2 1080s to beast on the main. So I think that'd be fantastic. But yeah, just ran a fan, and there you go. That's the full 360 view. Crazy. I know, I've been in this space for a long time, but yeah, there we go. Not a whole lot's changed, but for the benefit of those who have not seen it before, here it is. My setup for 2017. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so that is it for the office tour for 2017. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Obviously not too much changed. Obviously a couple little things here and there. I've kind of been running with the same setup for the last couple years now, but it's always nice to give the new subscribers a chance to see at where I work. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, slap that like button. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you haven't yet, be sure to like and follow my pages on social media. Those will be down below in the description, and we'll play at the end card of this video. If you're interested, you want to get yourself a shirt or a hoodie, there's a link to my Spreadshirt shop in the description as well. Thank you guys so much again. Take it easy. Have a wonderful day. I'll be seeing you soon for more content. But till then, let's hand things over to Knox Hill. Have a good one, guys.
Who's the man with the plan? If you feel trouble wildin' wild on these violent and DanQ8000. Wait a minute, hold that style is dialed in. Goddamn Billy Jack, we still riding tires flat. I hear them sirens, see shots flying, so we driving fire back. If they ain't vibing, lie with that. Got me dressed up in all black. What up? Hood up, and I see them haters try to run with us. They gon' need inhalers. Gotta breathe them hard just like Darth Vader. Players, grab your respirators. Night invaders get lightsabered. Mask on for the shooters, move like trash to bed intruder. Got that Glock and got them woofers. Just press play, I'll keep it moving. Who is Knox Hill, you damn fools? Keep it fresh like canned food. There ain't nothing we can't do, so tune into that DanQ. Yeah. It was never, ever a game.